Hello fellow gamers out there. If you love good classic 16-bit RPGs, stay with me as I'm going to show you a great one. But before we jump into the gameplay, let's watch the intro as the game has a lot of cool anime cutscenes. This music is quite boring. You know what? Let's use a different one here. Yeah, this one is better. I had to do this joke. I hope you guys get it. Alright, I don't want to waste any more time. Let's do the introduction and start the review. My name is Mr. Zosta. Welcome on my channel where I review old and not so old good games. Let's talk about the story. Don't worry, I will not spoil anything. I wanted to play a good old school core RPG where you just fight, explore, level up and buy new gear. You know, the basic stuff. An RPG without puzzles or mindless grinding, as I was very lucky that I chose Lunar Silver Star Story from my backlog, as this game perfectly fits those criteria. This is a 16-bit game on a 32-bit console, but as I told many times, I do not mind the graphics if I have a great time with the game. And here we have beautiful pixel art graphics, which still nicely holds up since 1999. The story is very linear. You cannot do side quests or wander around freely. This could bother some people, but I did not mind it as I wanted to play a game just like that. Our main character is Alex. He's trying to be a dragon master and he wants to go on an epic adventure to achieve this. He starts from a small village with his friends and his adventure will be indeed an epic one. He has to visit the 4 dragons of the world to be the dragon master. The story is a bit slow burn, but it's never boring. I was around 7 hours in when I still did not really know what is going to be the main goal of the game. But this did not bother me as the story was cool, the characters are fun and there is a good humor in the game. So it takes a while for the story to pick up and get really intense, but when it does, it goes on full blast. This is the moment when the story is really hit you emotionally, at least it did me, and soon the typical, oh, we have no chance, how are we going to overcome this moment will come. There will be some very surprising situations along the way when you will just stare on the screen surprised. The places which you are going to visit are interesting and they are adding a lot of variety to the story. The team members are constantly changing throughout the story. If this bothers you, note this before you start to play. It bothered me a bit, but as I like to keep my party the same throughout the game, but I have to admit that the constantly changing party was a bonus to the story. The characters are lovable and have fun personalities. First, I did not really like the cat-like character with wings who is not a cat and whoever mistakes him with a cat he gets offended in the game, but he grew into a lovable and funny character. We are going to meet around 10 people and their personalities are nicely complementing each other. They are teasing others, making fun of them, or supporting each other throughout the story. Battles are your standard turn-based battles, when you choose a character, an action, and that's it. I have one complaint regarding the combat. You cannot see the remaining health of an enemy. This can cause an issue if you are fighting multiple foes, as you don't know which one was the one that you already damaged. This did not cause any serious problems for me, but I thought that you should know about this. After each battle, all status effects are cured and the characters are revived. This makes things easier as you do not have to waste items and mana to cure or revive a character. Sometimes you need to think if you are going to use magic or physical attacks, as some enemies absorb magic and heal themselves and only can be damaged by physical damage or just by magic attacks. I have a pro tip for you. Do not use the AI option in combat. Only if you are grinding in an area which is close to a town where you can replenish your HP and mana points. It is stupid, wasting magic and items, so do not. Instead use the tactical option where you can preset orders for your characters. I love mage characters and cool spells in RPGs. And here you have a good variety of spells to choose from. Even the fighter characters are having spells which can help them or others in the battle. You can get new spells when you level up. These are given to you straight away, you cannot choose between them. And notice a small but positive thing here. When you choose a healing spell, it automatically selects the weakest party member. It is a small thing, but really handy. Good job guys. Unlike in other RPGs, you can't just level up to defeat the boss. It's not that simple. For example, if you are at the Cave of Trials, and before you got there, you level up, let's say, to level 25, which is a lot more powerful than enemies in that area. But once you reach the boss will level up with your main character. Yes, that's right. I'll give you an example. Let's say you are level 10 and the boss main HP is 80. So in this case the boss HP will be 80 times 10, which is 800 HP. This sounds a bit difficult, but in reality it's not bad, don't worry about it. Generally you don't need to grind in this game, maybe just a little bit here and there to get better spells, but I never had any issues with being underleveled. I do not really like mindless grinding, and luckily here I just had to do a little bit. Money is rarely an issue in this game. You always get enough money from battles to buy better gear at the next town. And in case you need some more, you have to do a few battles and you'll be fine. The flying cat character will be your item hoarder. You can store most of your items with him, and if a character needs something, you can transfer the items from the cat. Of course, each of your characters have their own bag, which can hold about 6 items. What I enjoyed in this game is that the difficulty is just perfect. There are no difficulty spikes, or I did not notice any. The boss battles are not too difficult if you manage to find out their weaknesses. Throughout the game, the difficulty just keeps increasing in the way that it is not going to make you frustrated, which is good because who wants to be frustrated while playing a game? On the world map, you can explore without going into random battles, which are really light. What frustrates me the most is when I have to find out where I have to go, and after every 3 steps I get into a random battle and then waste time and items to heal myself. And of course, if I went into the wrong direction, I have to go back and fight my way through again. Here, you do not have to deal with this. Also, you are not going to be lost, as you can only go places where you're supposed to go, so there are no mindless wandering while doing those random fights, which I mentioned. This was a very positive aspect for me. Some people will probably think that this is too linear, but honestly, I do not see the point of wandering around and going into places where I cannot really advance the story and the enemies are probably much stronger than my party. As you probably noticed by now, the game has very nice pixel art graphics. If you like 16-bit graphics, you are going to enjoy this. The enemies are cool, the bosses are even better, and the character and battle animations are also very nice. I already checked them, and the second game has the same graphics, so I'm looking forward to playing that one too. I hope that they not mess up the second game though. What I enjoy in this game, that is a very good light-weighted humor, which makes you smile many times or even laugh. I love this when there are good humor in the game. There were quite a few times when I laughed hard, like when I landed, or let's say crashed my hot air balloon in a town, which was a thief-ridden town, and as soon as I crashed, my characters were still on the ground, but people already gathered and stole the balloon. It was so unexpected and surreal. As you seen in the intro, the game has many anime-styled cutscenes. These are fun additions to the game if you are into anime. I'm not an anime expert, so correct me if I'm wrong, but the voice acting is a bit silly or sounds like it has been made for kids. Well, the game is made for a younger audience, so maybe this is the reason.
We seem to have guests, but I welcome those pursuing knowledge.
Alright, let's see what I enjoyed in this game. First of all, you can save anywhere and anytime, which is a positive thing in my opinion. Also, there are no random encounters, you can see the enemies from far away. I also enjoyed this one. The enemies are not respawning in a dungeon if you leave the room and you go back while you explore the dungeon. They are only respawning if you leave the dungeon. I said a lot of positive things about the game, there must be some negative ones as well. Well, there are no serious issues with this game, there are only 2 things which I noted. As I mentioned, in the battle section, you cannot see the health of the enemies in combat, so you don't know who you should attack again. Also, you do not have a quest log or anything which would tell you where to go next. If you not played the game for a while, this can be an issue. However, as you cannot wander freely on the world map, you can figure out sooner or later, but a quest log or something would be cool. I don't think that I should say anything here, but here it goes. If you love 16-bit classic RPGs with a good story, great characters, good humor, put this game on your backlog, you're not going to regret it. I had a great time in those 27 hours while I finished the game, and I'm really looking forward to playing the second game. Here we had another example of a great game which was good back in '99 and is still good today. I hope that you enjoyed this video today. If you're not subscribed yet, now it is a great time to do so. Also, the YouTube algorithm has chosen a video for you. It is on the screen now, check it out. Thank you for being with me here today, and I'll see you in the next Backlog Quest video.